like to just say that every once in a while an artist will come in, somebody new that I don't know, and they just blow my socks off with their talent.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really wonderful.
Yeah?
Truly enjoyed it. Well, I think because it got us to know her a little bit better. We have all the albums and enjoy listening to them. And this gave us a chance to really meet her firsthand.
It was wonderful. It was a gift to us for our first anniversary, and it was our first time we saw her. I thought she was great.
I think Unchained Melodies was playing, and it was just incredible. And I had asked the owner of the store, what's this music in the background? And she told me, and I've been hooked ever since. I mean, I think Robin is a very spiritual person, and she's just phenomenal.
I come from a pretty musical family. Genetically speaking, my grandfather played for Toscanini. He played the flute. His brother Herman was a concert master. That's the first violinist. And their brothers and sisters and their parents taught music, played various instruments in Russia. When I started playing professionally, I was playing in New York City piano rooms and in hotel lobbies. And I had a lot of steady listeners who would come in day after day and listen to the music I was playing. I had a number of requests from fans, you know, we want to take the music home with us, we wish you would have a CD. I called Stephen Miller, who had done a wonderful producing and engineering work for a lot of artists that I respect, and I loved the way the sonic quality of those recordings were.
Well, I felt like Robin had an emotional element in her music and simplicity that communicated to people probably as much as anyone I'd heard since George Winston. The more people who will get exposed to her and what she's doing will get drawn in. I think it's difficult to not get drawn in. She's that kind of artist, and especially when you see her, there's just a whole nother level of something that draws you in.
This next piece is called Solstice Celebration, and for those of you who know me, I really do not like the winter too much, or the cold, so I wasn't really celebrating the arrival of winter or the solstice in writing this piece, but rather the longer days that follow once December 21st or 22nd gets here. So now the days are actually getting longer. This is Solstice Celebration.
2 years ago, I heard a recording. The music was perfectly beautiful. I looked at the cover of the CD, and there was a picture of a very beautiful woman. But I am very leery of people who look too beautiful. And then about a year ago, I was in New York, and I talked with Robin Spielberg for a while. And I discovered that her spirit was as beautiful as her picture and her piano. So tonight we share with you some of that beauty. I give you Robin Spielberg, her piano, her presence, and her singing.
of my heart, and it's a very personal piece for me because it chronicles the journey of my own heart, from first love to losing love and having heartbreak, to the healing of the heart, renewal, and then the experience of love on an even grander scale. So for all of those of you out there who have loved and lost and are now in the downswing of the love cycle, this song is really dedicated to you and hopefully will encourage the healing of your own hearts. This is Anthem of My Heart.
This year, I spent a large part of my touring season performing in some unusual places. I performed in a lot of stores. Chains like the Nature Company store, Borders Books and Music, Barnes & Noble superstores. It's very deeply satisfying for me as an artist to be able to meet the people who've been buying the music, to perhaps share with them music that they've never heard before or would normally never discover on their own if I weren't there. So it's always been a really good experience for me this year, especially.
The one thing about it that I like particularly about Robin's style and about her approach to the piano is that it is a very accessible style to people who might have very diverse musical tastes. I can't overemphasize the fact that we are here to serve artists and musicians. It's our mission, if you will, through the Steinway Concert and Artist program to serve artists and to allow them to express themselves in their very own personal and inimitable styles.
There's a certain kind of spontaneity that happens in a live performance. The energy of it being live, the audience being right there. It feels to me almost like the audience breathes along with the music, and I can almost feel them breathe along with me, you know, when I'm playing right on the mark, and when I play from a truthful and soulful space. I think my music is really influenced, my composing is influenced the most by what I was brought up loving and learning, which was pop and rock and classical and a little bit of jazz, so it combines all those elements. It really thrills me when I see that the music has touched people in a personal way, because the music is personal for me too. What do I write about? I write about the things that move me, just like a novelist or a poet would write about the things that move them. They could be personal experiences or stories I hear, things I've experienced firsthand, or something that I see. I wrote songs, this last album varied from a soundtrack I wrote for my cats playing around the living room to a song about my grandmother's journey to America called A Song for Jenny. That song seems to move many people because most of us, most of the concert goers have parents or grandparents who came to this country from another country with big dreams. And my grandmother's story is really the story of many, many Americans. So that also touches a lot of people. Music kind of smooths the rough spots. And it does that for people who listen to it, and it also does that for the people who write it. Hans Christian Andersen once said, "Where words fail, there's music." And I don't think anyone could really put it better than that.